How are we doing, guys? Moose here, episode 69 of our West Ham United career mode, and we are starting season 3. This is going to come thick, fast, and furious. The transfer activities, we're getting everything underway. You can take a look at the updated shortlist players we're going to be scouting right now. Like I said, we're going to do some scouting before we can actually get into buying the players, because I don't want to be overspending and inquiring and having to spend too much money because of the funds we have. And I decided not to go. The poll on the financial takeover was pretty split. About 50-50, so I decided, you know what, we've been going this far, trying to work our money, do the best we can, get the best players we can for that money, and I don't think it'd be right to switch that up just yet, at least, because, you know, we're only in season 3. I think it's a little early to start just throwing funds at ourselves, you know, 50 million pounds, just unnecessary. So with that, we are going to try and wheel and deal. Yeah, it's a lot more fun doing that in transfer offers, in terms of wheeling and dealing and knowing you only have a certain amount of funds to work with, and try and generate funds as well as you can to be able to bring in some players. But we do get some offers early on. You can see who I transfer listed and loan listed. Valencia coming in early on to try and bring the Spanish stopper Adrian back to his native country. They've thrown an offer of $7.5 million to start out with. We countered with 13. They come back with 10.5 before we counted 12.25 million, because I think that's pretty fair value for Adrian in terms of his overall. He's not going to go up that much more, so I decided, you know what, we'll give him that. In terms of if we get 12.5, 13 million, I'll be more than happy to let him leave, because like I said, we wanted to upgrade it on him anyways, and we do have Tom Thomas as what I would think of as a decent backup. We then get Bayern coming in for an offer for Adrian Rabiot for 8 million. We had only picked him up for 2.5 million, but you know what? He's going to develop so well, and he's already played fantastically, so I thought, you know what, if they're going to buy him, they're going to have to pay big money for Adrian. Even though we'd be making a profit pretty much on any price they'd buy him at, I don't want to lose him, because we do want to keep the kind of central midfield depth that we have, especially because I'm not planning on bringing in any more central midfielders. And Bayern said, you know what, that's fair. We don't want to spend that kind of money for him, so you can keep him. We do see that Valencia has accepted that offer for Adrian, so if they can agree on personal terms, he will be heading back to Spain, where of course he applied his trade at Real Betis before coming over to West Ham United on a free deal. Moncur looks like he's headed out to Ipswich. Everton also coming for Adrian, but we say, you know what, no, you're not going to another BPL club. You're going to go to Spain if you're going anywhere. And he decides, you know what, I'm going to make that move to Valencia. And we get 9 million back to our transfer budget after the board's cut 12.25 million. They put some of that away to try and pay off a few of our debts that West Ham have incurred over a few years. I know we had an ownership struggle before DS and DG, where it kind of cost us a lot of money. So we do have, I think, a few debts from that. We also see Moncur does leave to Ipswich, so we've lost 2 players, but we've also brought in about 10 million pounds in terms of additional transfer budget to what we already started with. Olympic Lyon then come in. We've taken Grenier from them on a free transfer, and they say, you know what, let's see if we can snag somebody from West Ham. They want Andy Carroll. They offer 10.5, but we say, any less than 30 million, he's not going anywhere. We're not getting rid of our top goal scorer. Diego Poyet, who just hasn't developed. He's been with the club 2 seasons. I don't even think he's gone up in overall. Looks like he's on his way out to Bristol City. We also get an offer from fellow Premier League side QPR for Matt Jarvis. They come in 3.3 million because they know he's unhappy, and I say that's not enough for a player of his quality. If you want to give us 4.5 million, we'll be more than happy to part with him, or at least negotiate with you, but we're definitely not going anywhere with 3.3 million. And they say, you know what, he's definitely worth that amount. We're going to pay it for him. And it's a loss for us if you look at when we actually acquired Jarvis a few years back from Wolves. It was like 9 or 10 million, but the way he's been playing, we're happy to see him go and let him try and regain his form elsewhere. Poyet does go to Bristol City for a nominal fee, so he's lost, and we see Lyon do come back and say they're not going to go in for Andy Carroll. But we get the majority of our scouting reports back. We can see John Anthony Brooks looks like a fantastic choice at center back. Great value. Mbemba, 1.5 million, but he's only 73 overall. And he was really my top target for a center back, because I know he has the potential, but he hasn't increased at all in terms of his overall. And Rafa looks like an absolute danger. He's got so much speed. The pace that we would have on the wings would be a terror. If we put him and Dybala or him and Oxlade-Chamberlain on the wings, would be unbelievable. So those are the guys we're potentially looking at once we got the scouting reports back. We then have a friendly here where we've used pretty much all the players we want to loan out, because that's a little tip for you. If you do want to loan all your players out, put them on a team sheet and have them as your main team sheet that's playing throughout the transfer window, because then they'll be more likely to get offers to come in for them. So that's what we had in that team list against Hammer. We actually did pick up a win. You saw Thiago picked up a goal there. Jarvis does leave to go to Queen's Park Rangers for 4.5 million pounds. So a deal to get a guy out of our club that hasn't really, you know, it's more, we're clearing out the dead wood is the way I want to put it. We also get some final scouting reports back from Leno, our German players that we were scouting. 82 overall He's definitely going to cost a pretty penny, but he's going to be a significant upgrade from Atran. And look at his age. He's only 24. Very young, going to be very promising. Perrin was another player that was highly recommended to me, but he's only 76 overall at this moment. He does have the potential, but he's not there yet, so it wouldn't have behooved us to bring him in and get rid of Adrian. And Mbemba I inquired for $9 million. Anderlecht went unbelievable. Can't believe they would want so much money for a guy who hasn't really developed that much yet. So I decided, no, we're not going to go for him. PSG come in for Rabiot for $6 million. We bought him for $2.5 million. He's already developed by 4 overall and has plenty more growing to do at only 21. I said, PSG, absolutely not. Are you crazy? How do you come in for a player that we've already taken off your hands and try and buy him back the next season? Absolutely not. But we do take on Mainz, another German side, in a preseason friendly. We're playing a little German tournament, I guess, here. And we do pick up a 2-1 victory. Joey O'Brien and Diafra Sakho getting on the score sheet, so fantastic to see them get some action, as they might actually be on their way out of the club. They're both transfer listed. Reece Burke does go out to Birmingham City on loan. It's the 3rd straight season we've put him out on loan. Bayer Leverkusen do come back. This is the main transfer of the window. Would be a new goalkeeper. They want $23.5 million. We had originally offered 18. We tried 20 to split the difference a little bit, and they say no. We still want 23.5. They're playing hardball. We try 22 million. Can we convince them, entice them to give up their top goalkeeper here? We do have a youth squad report as it's hit the 1st of August now. We're getting closer and closer to our first game of the season. Some really good players. Croft looks like an unbelievable winger, and Davies is a super pacey left back, so that would be fantastic. Our final preseason friendly comes against Espanyol. We're playing a lot of the youngsters again, but we have had to throw in a few more regulars just based on guys that have gone out and loan no longer being with us. But it's another fantastic result. We take on Espanyol. See Kiate getting on the score sheet. 2-1. Sakho scoring yet again. Diafra's in great form here in the preseason, but still not going to be enough to break into our first team. Unfortunately, we have too many good strikers. We have Carroll, Dybala, Valencia, Wickham. Just too much quality for him to get in. We've come in for an offer for John Anthony Brooks because, like I said, I wanted to add to my center back depth so that I didn't have to use Kiate as a backup center back because he's played so well in holding midfield. So we try a $5 million punt for John Anthony Brooks, the American. Of course, it'd be great to have an American at the team. For $5 million from Juventus would be a great deal. Also, he's moved there since being at Hertha Berlin. We also come in for Thomas Callas from Chelsea, who's a fantastic center back. Played with him before, and he's a lovely player, got decent pace and everything. So we try it for him as well if we can get one of them. Udinese comes in for Cresswell, and we're like, absolutely not. He's not going anywhere. He's one of the talisman of the team, Gareth Cresswell. He's not going anywhere. We try again for Bernd Leno. They still say $23.5 million, so we go 23. You have to accept 23. Leo Chambers does go on loan to Sheffield Wednesday. Juventus, though, our first actual accepted offer, £5 million, which is, I think a very good fee for a player with a lot of room for growth. John Anthony Brooks, $60,000 a week for 5 years. We offer him. That's what he's making already, so that'd be a great deal if we could bring him to the club. Obviously, my first choice of center backs to bring in. Danny Ponce does decide to go on loan to Bristol City, where we'll be linking up with Diego Poye again, of course, who had left to Bristol City on a permanent deal. And finally, Bayer Leverkusen accepted the £23 million offer for their starting goalkeeper, Bernd Leno, and we're going to bring him to the Bolin, hopefully to lead us to Champions League success in the coming season and future seasons. We'll see how things go. But we offer him $100,000 a week. He's making 90 right now. He wants 90, but I say, you know what, let's give him 100 so we can get him in right away, because we do have a game coming up very, very soon against Crystal Palace to open the season. So we need our new starting goalkeeper, otherwise we're going to be stuck with Tommy Thomas. Not that I don't have the utmost faith in Tom, but like I said, we would love to have our number one goalkeeper ready and with the team from the get-go. But Blackburn Rovers come in for Diafra Sakho, who's in good form, but he's just out of favor at this moment in time. He's not going to break into the lineup. He's a squad player. We say $3 million, you can take him. They come back with $1.8 million. I say 2.6. Feel free to take him off our hands, and he can go down the championship with you and score you a ton of goals and bring you up to the top flight, because he's that kind of player. John Anthony Brooks, though, doesn't accept the deal. He's not playing at Juventus. He's a squad rotation player. We offer him a good deal. We didn't offer him a squad role at first, but now we offer him more money and a better squad role, and he's still going to be in the Champions League with us. Hopefully, he has to take this deal. Any smart player would, and he says no. He doesn't want to come to the club. What is he doing here? Or no, excuse me, that might be the first situation. I might be jumping ahead. But Cresswell says he wants a wage increase. Aaron, this is not the time. We're more than happy to give you a wage increase because you are our starter. But this isn't the time. We need all the money we can to do some wheels and deals. You can see Leno decides He wants a little bit more money. He needs to be persuaded to leave Leverkusen, come to West Ham United, come to London, and further his contractual and player goals. So we offer him $5 more grand a week, and crucial in terms of his squad role. We see Thomas comes in and says, hey, if you don't have a goalkeeper in, I am more than ready to go and start off here. But Blackburn say they're not going to be able to match our $2.6 million offer for Diafra Sakho. So we counter them and say 2.2, if that's what you can pay, we'll take that. We want to get Diafra. He's been a great servant to the club, lovely player. But we want to get him some game time, and we feel he deserves that, so we're more than happy to let him leave to do that. John Anthony Brooks, though, doesn't accept the contract. $65 million, important squad player, or important team player. He doesn't accept it. What are you thinking? You're sitting at Juventus. You're not winning a Champions League or anything. You might be winning this. You're winning Serie A, the Scudetto, but what's that doing for you? We get one final offer that'll close out this episode here for Ener Valencia, which we will have to wait and see because we did counter Malaga and tell them they're going to need to pay a lot more if they want to take him off our hands. So that's going to be it for this episode, guys. I hope you have enjoyed it. We're going to have Crystal Palace in the season opener in the next episode. So we've been doing the transfers fast and furious to get underway and get things moving here. Hope you have enjoyed it. Be sure to comment. Let me know what you think of our moves so far. Leave a like if you did enjoy the video. I'd really appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new and you want to keep watching the content. Hope you do enjoy it. And we'll see you in episode 70, guys. Bye-bye.